Good morning students, Sairam. Welcome back to the computer session. In this session we will start a revision. We'll start from lesson number 3, that is log on to MS Excel. In this lesson we have learned what is Microsoft Excel. The Microsoft Excel is most powerful spreadsheet software in the Microsoft 2007 Office suite, and it helps to arrange, calculate and analyze the data in rows and columns, and it also allows us to represent pictorially in the form of chart. And what are the features? Functions and formulas, and you can do auto calculation, you can search the data fast, and you can enter a data with the help of autofill options, right? And data can be viewed in the graphical form as chart, right, to help to understand and analyze and compare the data in an effective manner. And how to start Excel? Click on start button, all programs, and click on Microsoft Office and click on the Microsoft Office Excel 2007, or you can create a shortcut with the help of right click and send to desktop, right? And we have learned what are the components of in Excel window that appears when you open an Excel window. You can see that is known as a workbook, right? So it assigned, the temporary name has given book 1, and it shows 3 worksheets, right? That is a sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3, right? By default you can see 3 sheets. A worksheet consists 10,48,576 rows and 16,384. So rows starts from 1, 2, 3, 4 till 10,48,576 rows you can see in your Excel sheet, and the column starts from A, B, C, D, right? So it will 16,384, and one cell you can enter how many data? 32,767 characters. In one cell you can enter 32,767 characters. Now what are the components here? Can you see the components in the spreadsheet window or Excel? Name box, right? Active cell, column heading, row heading, status bar, work area, groups, formula bar, scroll bar, title bar, ribbon, right? Okay, the cell means what? A cell is an intersection of a column and row in a worksheet, and each cell is denoted with cell address. When you are calculating, when you are using the formula, the cell address is very important, okay? And the one cell you can enter a data up to 32,767. And the name box, can you see name box? Okay, it displays the location of the cell pointer, okay? And we have how to enter the data with the help of you can see in your keyboard, okay, right arrow key, right, left, up and down, and the page up key, page down key, and control home and control end. So right arrow key you can move one column right. With the help of left arrow key you can move one column left. Same thing, up arrow key you will use one row up, and the same thing down arrow key you will use for what? To move one row down. Same thing, page up means what? To move one screen up, and the page down to one screen down. Same thing, control home means what? To move the first cell of the topmost row, that is the first page, and the control end to move to the last. Use the spreadsheet, okay? So control end to move, suppose you are in the first page, you want to move the last page of your spreadsheet, okay? So you can use control plus end. And home, I can merge the cell with the help of home. In the home tab, merge and center button is there, right? Okay, you can align, you can make the alignment also. So now how will you enter the simple formula? With the help of is equal to sign, right? So equal to sign is must, isn't it? And we have learned how to calculate sum and with the help of auto sum also, okay? And auto sum button is in the, where is this? It is in the formula tab. isn't it? Okay, so Excel also has a special built-in mathematical function. Instead of typing such a long formula a1 plus b1 plus c1, you can use just a short form as is equal to sum. For what? Sum function. So you can use add numbers, right? Sum is equal to sum, parenthesis, that is a bracket, and cell address wherever your data is there, right? Suppose it is a B4 to G4. Your data is, you have to write B4 colon G4, right? And what is the shortcut for to save your file? Control plus S. Same thing is equal to sum. You want to find the average. The same thing is equal to average, and you will you will select the data wherever it is, right? Okay, so how many rows and how many columns in the Excel sheet? 10,48,576 rows and 16,384 column. Okay, and you can see always by default the text is aligned to the left and the number is aligned to the right, isn't it? Okay, so a to Z, A to what is that? That is a column heading, and 1, 2, 3, 4 are what? Row heading. Okay, children, and now we'll go for the next lesson. So that is editing a worksheet. Okay, so editing worksheet, MS Excel is an application software, right? You can use for what? Mathematical calculation. But how will you enter? After entering data worksheet, you have to make any changes. Editing means what? You can move the data, you can copy the data, you can make some changes in the data, right? So you can add more data, and you want to edit the content, so you can do copy paste, you can move the data. So how that? For that you have to select the cell. Okay, how to select the column or row? Okay, how to select the column or row? So click on by taking the mouse pointer, click on the row or column. Or you want to select the entire worksheet, then control plus A, or use option as select all. Okay, so where is the select all button? It is located on the top of first row heading. Okay, when you click the top of the first row heading, it will select all the data. So select all, that is. Or you can use control A, or use the mouse and press select the data. So suppose you want to select adjacent rows, then you have to use a shift key. Okay, by using in one finger, okay, press the shift key and select the data. For what? Adjacent rows. When you are selecting the adjacent rows, you are using shift key and okay, and mouse pointer. And if you want to select a non-adjacent cell, then whichever cell you want, okay, you can select by using control key. Remember, when you want to select the adjacent rows or columns, then you are using a shift key. But if you want to use if you want to select a non-adjacent cell, then you are using control key. Okay, control or column, control key. Click on the row or column, then hold down the control key with your finger. Is that clear? Okay, now you want to convert the text into number. Suppose you have entered the text, but you want to convert it into number. Okay, then you have to use a apostrophe sign. To enter number as text, place apostrophe before the number. Okay, we have learned in the live session also, children, right? Because when you change the number into text, you cannot do some calculation, right? Because it is treated when you are giving apostrophe, right? The first place when you are giving apostrophe, the computer will do, it is taking as a text. Okay, and we have learned replacing text also, and we have learned editing mode and undo and redo feature. When we are using the undo feature, after making modification in a cell, okay, you may wish to cancel the changes. You have done some changes or modification, that is changes in your cell, but now afterwards you realize, no, I don't want to make changes in this particular cell. Okay, then you can retrieve the data, right? That means you can take the previous data. So that time, to revert the last action you have performed, okay, that then you can use a undo button, okay, on the quick access toolbar. And when you are using the redo button is command is used to quickly repeat the last action that you have done with undo command. Yes, children. So undo and redo, both the features are in the quick access toolbar, and control Z for undo and the control Y for redo. Okay, children. And how to insert the column and all, just taking the mouse pointer and right click, insert column if you want to insert column, or insert row. And how to copy a data from one place to another place, right, select the data, control C, select one more sheet and control V, or you can use home and you can use in the clipboard cut paste and copy paste. Cut paste is control C, control V. Okay, copy paste is control C and control V. Cut paste is control X and control V. Cut paste means what? You are moving the text from one place to another. So we are using control X, and the control V is same, the pasting data. So control C and V for copying and pasting, control X and V for cutting. You have to, okay, moving the data from one place to another. And we have learned autofill features. So Excel provides a wonderful features for copying cell content, right? Autofill is the easiest method to fill data in cell automatically. And the live say here we already some autofill features are there, but we have learned in the live session, we have learned how to create a autofill feature in Excel, isn't it? Okay. So to treat the digit as text, you have to begin with entry apostrophe. Okay, so you can use the, what is the shortcut for undo the last action? Control Z. Okay, and where is the cut copy paste button? Is in the clipboard, in the home tab clipboard option, right? In the home tab clipboard option. And which function key is used to edit the cell contents? F2. Okay. Yes, children, we will start a third lesson, that is fifth lesson, formula and function. Right, in that we have learned. So what is the use of formula? The formulas are used to perform calculation, that is involving addition, subtraction, division and multiplication, and it establish a relationship between two or more cells. And the formula is an expression that can include cell address, numbers, arithmetic operators and parentheses. Okay, for example, for u is equal to, okay, all here the first of all we will start with is equal to sign. In that we have learned basic formulas and compound formula. So basic formulas involves only one operator. For example, you want to find the sum. Sum means addition, right? Then here we are using only one operator, that is a plus sign, right? Sum, the sum function, that means plus. But when you want to find out a compound formulas, for example, you want to find the simple interest, then we are using into sign and divide sign, right? So into for what, right? For a compound formula, that is principal amount rate into number of year, right? And divided by 100. So here we are using how many operators? Two operators. That means basic formula involves only one operator. Here and compound formula are used when you need a more than one operator. Okay, so this is the difference between basic formulas and compound formulas. And what about text formulas? So text for here you can perform addition on character and string data type. Okay, except for addition, other operations like subtractions, addition, multiplication, division, right, it is not allowed for text. So then how will you can join the text. So addition on string type data means it is a placing the value after another, that means you can join the text for using and. So okay, so that is ampersand, so using and sign, isn't it? And we have learned a cell reference. So what is cell reference? Cell reference means the cell address in the formula is known as the cell reference. So with reference you can use the data in different parts of the worksheet. So there are three types of cell reference are there, right? So that is we have learned relative reference, absolute reference and a mixed reference. So all of you know when you are using a sum function, right? So that is a relative reference. Why? Because when you create a formula, reference to a cell or ranges are usually based on the position of relative to the cell. When you copy or move the formula to other cells, the reference cell automatically gets changed. Okay. So when you copy or move the formulas, okay, then that time the reference cell automatically gets changes. So that is known as relative reference. Okay. But what is absolute reference? The absolute reference means it is used when you do not want to change the address of the cell on copying the formula to another cell. Suppose for example you don't want to change the particular formula, okay, yes, you don't want to change the cell reference, then we are using absolute reference. That means we have to fix the cell, right? We have to fix the particular cell. How will you fix the particular cell? Suppose you want to fix the A1 call A, and A is a column and 1 is a row number. So I want to write some numbers or whatever, and you want to fix that cell. Okay, okay. Then what we'll do, you will use a dollar sign, $A, $1. Okay. So with the help of dollar sign, so to make a absolute reference of a formula, add dollar sign before the column and row number. Okay. When you want to fix the cell, fix the cell on copying the formula to another cell, you will use a dollar sign, okay, before the column or before the row. Now next is mixed reference. So what is mixed reference? It is a combination of relative and absolute reference. In this type of reference, either row or column has remained fixed. Okay, so this is mixed reference. Yes children, this we have learned in the live session also. Is that clear? Okay, so here there is a three types of cell reference: relative reference, absolute reference and mixed reference, right? And you know all of you how to do copy paste also. So you can use copy and paste, or you can use the sheet reference also. How will you use the sheet reference? Suppose for example sheet 1, whatever is there, whatever data you want to copy, or suppose you want to copy only formula. So then how will you do? So you will do the is equal to sign and the B4, that is a cell number, and plus sheet number, that is a sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, right? So sheet 1, for example sheet 1 and exclamation mark, you put the exclamation mark and where you want to paste the data, that cell address. Okay, the first of all is equal to sign and which data you want to copy plus sheet name. From you are taking sheet 1, so for example you are taking sheet 1 to sheet 2, then sheet 1 and exclamation mark and where you want to copy. Okay, for example D4, so B4 plus sheet 1 exclamation mark and D4. This way also you can copy the sheet reference. Okay, now how will you name the sheet? By you can rename the sheet by clicking a right mouse button, and you can change the color of the sheet tab also. Yes children, now we will learn some functions. So sum function. Okay, the first of all, what are the rules to enter function? All Excel function must begin with is equal to sign. The function's name must be a valid Excel name, that is sum, average, right? Max, maximum, min, minimum, these are all functions name. Okay, function's name must be followed by opening and closing parenthesis. For example, is equal to sum, opening bracket, open the bracket, write the cell address, suppose A1 to A5 and close the bracket, is equal to sum, opening bracket and write the cell address and close the bracket. Okay, so now average function, again same thing, is equal to average and same thing, parenthesis, here cell address and close the brackets. Okay, now odd number, what is that? Odd is equal to odd bracket and you will put suppose 12 and you will close the bracket. So odd number, it returns the it returns the rounded up to the nearest odd integer. Suppose I am writing is equal to odd and 12. Okay, it will give the answer as 13 because it returns the number rounded up to the nearest odd integer. Same thing integer. So integer, it rounds a number to the nearest integer. So is equal to int. Okay, is equal to int, then bracket you will put 12.2. Okay, so it will rounded up to the nearest integer because it is giving a 12. Suppose if I am writing 12.6, then it will give a integer as 30. Okay, it is rounded. So rounds a number to the nearest integer. The same thing, round here, round number. Suppose round, okay, round is equal to round, and I am writing a number as a 12.3. Okay, and I want to put a 2 digit or 3 digit. So I will put a 2. Okay, number and number digit is important. Number is, you can put a 12.2, whatever number. Suppose I am giving 12.2 and the digit is 2. Then it will round the number as 12. Okay, same thing square root. How you want to find the square root? Is equal to square root, bracket, and write the number. Or you can write in the cell and you can take the cell address also. Okay, sqra is equal to sqrt. The function is sqrt and parenthesis, and you can write the number. Say it returns a square root. Same thing power, the power, number or power returns the result of a power number raised to some power. Suppose if your power number is 2, the power is 2, then it will give you what? 4, right? Same thing here, mod function, mod mod. So mod function is equal to mod either number and divisor. Suppose if I am giving number is 4 and divisor is 2. Okay, it returns the remainder after a number is divided by the divisor. If you are giving 4 and divisor is 2, that means the remainder is 0. If I am giving is equal to mod number is 5 divided by 2, that means the answer is, what is the answer? 1, because it returns the remainder after a number is divided by the divisor. Same thing is equal to max. The max function is used to find the largest value in the given range. And the same thing today, the today function, it is used to display the current date. When you want to enter a current date, just write down is equal to today and 2 parentheses. Okay, open bracket and close bracket, right? So and enter key. So you will get a today's date. Okay, according to your computer's date. Same thing now function now, okay, is equal to now and 2 brackets. So you will get today's date also and time also. Yes, children. Yes, hope so. All of you understood. So we will stop this session. Sai Ram.